Thank you so much for being with us today. On behalf of Cal State Fullerton and ASI, I'd like to welcome you all to a discussion on the recently published book, Power Shift, How Latinos in California Transformed Politics in America. My name is Ana Aldazábal, my pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the ASI President and CEO. It is because of the leaders like the ones on our panel today why I'm able to be the first undocumented ASI President for the largest CSU, and why this summer I am able to intern in Washington, D.C.
Now I'm going to introduce the panelists. George Plum. It was said that you played a big role in what they achieved.
I decided early that I was not one to run for office, but that we needed individuals in the private sector that would be supportive of what these individuals wanted to do. My voice is breaking up because I'm listening to them, and still today, after all these years, these individuals really moved me. Not only with their intellect, but the sheer passion of what they did and what they continue to do. You've been treated to history and to the passion for equality for everybody. When I talk about power shift and that it's not one group over another, what does inclusive mean? What does diversity mean? It means everybody. And that's exactly what these individuals have been all about. And that is what has motivated me to stay involved and be involved.
We needed to get a Chicana to the U.S. Congress. We were fortunate. So I think in 1982, we kicked open that door, and I've been very fortunate to be to have won. I think it really set kind of a whole different pattern as to the way women were looked upon. And given that opportunity. And I must tell you, I've been so fortunate to be followed with some of the strongest, most courageous, most effective women that now, if you just don't hear about it. A woman running for office, a Chicana running office, you don't have to deal with the issue of, our community's not going to support her, because we have proven to be effective as leaders. We've been proven to be good advocates on behalf of the community, and I knew that being the first, the other part of it is that you had to set the example.
And when we legislate, we're not just legislating for Latino issues. Every law that becomes a law impacts all people of California. And so I really enjoyed being able to put to use the organizational gift that the Lord blessed me with, and created the Latino Caucus and took it from 7 members to 23 when I turned out of office.
The fight with agricultural industry and in the state of California, when I decided to take the fight on to help the United Farm Workers and my brother Cesar Chavez to get a collective bargaining agreement here in the state of California. And for that, those are the things that, along with the many, many other things that I did during my elective years.
So much you can be doing now. And among them, I think, in fact, implicit in what they were saying and what each of those who have spoken to this have said, it's not just, or even primarily individual leaders, but the relationships and the networks that are built and how you can move together. You can take advantage of your time in college, both for learning and for leadership development, but also for building networks and relationships that can last you the rest of your life. And I think a lot of the world knows that this community and this leadership and Latina and Latino political empowerment is really key to the future, not just of LA and the state and the country. I would say it even affects the world.
Today, history came to our campus. I just feel like history talked to us. I don't know if you feel that way, but it was so intimate. Thank you so much for sharing your stories, and again to the authors. You're gonna get a book. I hope you read it, and I hope you realize that these 10 people are like you. They did not come from wealth. They are you, and so when you read their stories, you are them, and you can do great things as well. So thank you so much for being here.
I'm a student from Fullerton, and today I felt inspired by seeing so many people that have accomplished so many things in one room, and hearing people that came from what they say is nothing and then working their way up through life and like being able to help their communities. It's like, I don't know, you don't see that every day.
It's important to not lose track of our history because history is the story of the distribution of power. And in knowing that and how people come to power, how people challenge power, is so important to equip people with how they can move forward. And I think there is power in writing history, and that needs to be shared.
That really inspired me, the fact that, you know, it kind of makes me want to make a difference in some type of way. And I really enjoyed Gloria's story in empowering women. So I really feel that that made a really big impact on me.